Kalispera Siolus. Welcome back to Tom Plays Civ 6 for Absolute Beginners. We are back with Pericles and the Greeks, hopefully about to start actually exploring the waves and trying to build up our culture. And we really need to build another holy site, just in case. And if one of the cities up here might be a good choice, even though they're smaller. Field cannon, yep, you can just fortify, that's fine, nothing difficult. Okay. Wonderful. Our first naval unit. Probably not enough to make Harold start liking us, I would imagine. We can have a look around. Right, Eritrea. So you've been quite a way behind everyone else. Kind of feel like you ought to be building a harbour, given you're our like major naval port. Although we still want an Acropolis. Let's go with the Acropolis. Sanitation. Okay. So that should be a plus towards democracy. What else? Unlikely to ever own 2 bombards. Can we even do research agreements? I don't think we could. I thought you needed a DLC for that. But siege tactics is relatively cheap and we're unlikely to ever gain a boost for it. So it's probably a good one to go for. So we're considering trying to populate these islands. Might be a good option. We could maybe have 2 cities next to each other. We need more settlers though. And of course we need to get there first, which is always the other problem. I think we've only got 1 settler on the way, but can't do much until we get another finished building of some kind. Mycenae needs more amenities. It's not like Pedro and Cleopatra are going to be best friends. I wonder if there's a way through there. Probably not, actually. Oh, good. Got a full-on religious war going on up here. Maybe they'll leave us alone. At least until we've had time to prepare. Harold doesn't like us, well, no surprise there. He's never liked us. Even though we do now have a bona fide navy. Okay, trader. I don't have anyone who's crying out for us to send traders particularly, so maybe we should try to explore a little. Science or faith? Either is potentially useful in some way. Expand our trade routes. Alright, a research agreement. Okay, we can have a research agreement. Let's do it. Let's do it. I am up for that. It'll give us a boost if we complete it. Presumably give Cleopatra a boost as well. but it's not like science is our big thing, particularly. Heritage tourism. 100% tourism from great works of art and artifacts. Isn't that interesting? I mean, in theory, yes, we absolutely need it, but which one of these do we give up to get it? Alright, I'll do the bonuses. No option. Mass media, the time has run out for researching radio. Right, we need one more in Stockholm. Just to keep our suzerain status. What are our other options? Well, we actually have 2 envoys left. Let's maybe get Seoul to 6 for the 6 bonus. City-state quest, they want us to construct an encampment. Might be up for that. Might even be on the way, who knows. Can we get through here? I think we can, so we could actually explore a little. Pirates. Well, I think I'll try to avoid those, thanks. They're not really our problem, we don't live around there. Great though would be to get some practice for the Navy. I suppose maybe we should have considered that. Okay, Argos. I'm guessing, have you just built an Acropolis? You don't have anything else particularly you can build. We could be building the Hermitage. It'll take a while though. And I actually wonder if you should be building a settler unit. I'm a little concerned. Oh! Okay, scratch that. We need to build an archaeologist. Right, they've got an archaeology museum. This is me not paying attention. Okay, yeah, so archaeologists should come first. Just keep an eye on this. We've got missionaries wandering around happily. Oh yeah, we're already building an encampment, so that's good. That should give us an extra envoy in Seoul. Oh, good grief. Oh no, it's Norway. Oh, that's fine. They just look like barbarians, because they're red. Right, so I think we need archaeologists in Corinth as well. And we'll do some art museums after that. Especially since we've got that bonus to tourism. If we push this, we could potentially win this quite easily. Quite quickly, I mean. Okay, got a builder. Silver mine, it seems the obvious one. I don't know if we've got one of those yet. We are going to need more builders. But I'm also wondering about the holy site. Can you build one? And more importantly, do you get any advantages if you do? I think they gain something from the mountains by the look of it. So they're fairly close to Athens. In some ways I'd almost prefer to do Olympia, but at the same time, just because they're further away. At the same time, the mountains are useful. They're not going to go anywhere. Does give us extra faith. Let's do that. Let's go with the holy site. I need to build another one somewhere. I'm getting very nervous about the possibility of losing a religious war. So it should give us a boost to our faith as well, having one. But it's also another place we can heal. So it's 2 places that we can effectively fortify with apostles. Right, we do need to research radio, but we don't appear to have that as an option. So, workshops, universities. Problem is we need an archaeologist here, so I wonder how quickly we will be able to build 2 universities. Because we'd still need to build... Yeah, I don't think we're going to build any of these anytime very soon. So let's go with the cheapest one, universities. If there's any chance we're going to discover like Atlantis or something and get an enormous science boost. I think that's one of the other versions. Right, let's do Niter while we're at it. I suppose we could always trade with Cleopatra, who it looks like is actually going to remain our ally. Athens has got another trade option. Well, let's do one to Kabul, because that is quite a way. It should expand our trade links. And also has some pretty amazing bonuses compared to most of the other cities. Excellent. Tend to find that as you push your trade routes out, you get more options, which is partly what I'm going for. He wants niter and silver. No, you can't have niter. I suppose I could have given you silver, to be fair. It might have helped us get on a little better. Okay, well, to be fair, we should probably try to improve our own city first. It's Egypt, the allies. Definitely do need more builders. Just uncovering this unknown area. There's nothing here, I don't think, it's just water, but it's the one bit of valid exploration we've actually done. Need some food inroads. Need more amenities. What we also need to do is improve our religion. Okay, mass media. Propaganda. Don't really need to worry about war weariness. We don't tend to go to war. Okay, ideology is only 3 and it has no apparent boost. Let's just get that. That's our next option. We appear to have come across the slightly less interesting part of the game where we're building in a lot of high-cost cities. Seriously? My 1 frigate counts as a strong navy? What barbarians? I didn't see any barbarians. Hang on, do you know something I don't? Okay. Seriously, Pedro, what barbarians? What on earth are you talking about? There aren't any. I'm not allowing barbarians to run amok close to my home. Oh, we need to renew our alliance with Cleopatra. Let's do that. Okay, she's decided we're not worthy. There's a thing. Can I establish an embassy? Brilliant. We made a bit of progress with Harold, finally. Let's try and get some idea. Right, he's scared of us, so he probably won't want to be friends. Harold. Actually, does seem to like us. Obviously doesn't like us. Pedro. No. Hopefully that will change. She won't be friends, even though in theory... Oh, come on, that was years ago. Millennia ago, possibly. Okay. Better explorers. I don't understand how we can possibly be a better explorer. We've hardly explored anything. But never mind. Let's leave it at that. We'll just see if anything changes over time. At least Cleopatra still likes us, broadly. Okay, now she wants to be friends. Excellent, let's remake our alliance then. Clearly she is a woman of changeable humours. Okay, who does not yet have a field cannon? I think it's just Miletos. Which is handy because they're about to produce a settler, so we'll probably be sending the field cannon with them. Okay, well unfortunately you're still our only major field cannon builder, so I'm still going to need you to build one because Miletos is hopefully going to send one with a settler. Okay, don't know how we ended up here, but I do want an alliance. However, we don't seem to have that option. Must have clicked on it by accident. Ideology. We can do a police state. No thanks. Doesn't seem remotely appropriate. Oh, brilliant! Research agreements. That should have given us a boost as well. We have gained knowledge of flight and chemistry from Cleopatra. Brilliant. Let's make an alliance. Okay, still doesn't want to be friends, but he does like us, so that's something. Hopefully unlikely to attack. Right, we have a bunch of new options here. Now I think suffrage is our next option, which will give us democracy, so I'm thinking we should go for that, even though we don't yet have a boost. We're not going to have a boost anytime soon. Oh, we've built a campus, so we gain another envoy in Seoul. We've claimed another great writer, which is great. Rhodes has built an encampment, so we need them to start building field cannons for us. So I'm going to build a barracks first. Emily Dickinson. Brilliant. Progress. Let's be friends. Okay. As long as you're not going to drag me into 50,000 wars. I don't think you can. And hopefully you and Cleopatra can stay fairly peaceful. And we do have the same religion, to be fair, overall. That city's still Buddhist, but I'm hoping that will change eventually. Okay, right, so we got a research agreement towards chemistry, so let's study them next. Emily Dickinson produced her first great work, A Bird Came Down. Okay. There's a huge amount we can do with writing. I tend to try and get each writer to have a great work in a different acropolis. But apart from that, I don't think there's a lot we can do. Right, there's a whole bunch of barbarians down there, so I don't particularly want to send my ships anywhere nearby. Can we go across the top? Actually, it looks like we might be able to. So maybe I'll do it just so that we can say we've done it. Right, he wants niter, iron, silver and cotton. I think that's a terrible deal. Right, well you can't have those two to start with. He does have a relic. But that's a lot of money that he wants. However, a relic will help with tourism. Can we possibly afford that? We're gaining 39 a month. I will actually go for that. No, I don't think so, sorry. Considering how much we're paying for it, I'm not giving it you for that. That's ridiculous. I'm actually surprised he's willing to give us tourism. On the whole. Still, definitely not complaining. It's a great works that's gone to the temple in Athens. So yeah, gives us 8 tourism per turn plus some faith. And we'll have that permanently. So if we just survive this period where we're going to be very low on gold, because we're giving it all to Pedro. Right, we do need an archaeologist before we do anything else. In Corinth. Knossos. Right, you're not our great port city, are you? But you have just built an acropolis. So let's double down on that and build an amphitheatre. We have some new envoys. We've become suzerain of Kabul. Okay, let's cement that. And let's also put one more into Kumasi, just to make sure we stay suzerain of them. Lightos, yep, you can just fortify. I'll probably send you out with the settler once they go. Emily Dickinson should go up to Sparta. Okay, well this is looking good. Really did not expect Pedro of all people to sell us a great work. I know a relic isn't exactly a great work, but it's still useful for culture victories. You'll have a hell of a time if you ever want it back. Good thing we're making a lot of gold, I suppose. Speaking of, we should possibly look at purchasing some buildings with all this gold we've got. Maybe it'd be a good opportunity to do it in Ephesus, seeing as they've had to spend most of their time creating field cannons for everyone else. Although actually Corinth has got the whole science thing going, hasn't it? So it might be useful to just plough it into their science. Sorry, Ephesus. I'm just thinking because we needed to build that archaeologist first. Right, okay. So create an escort formation with the field cannon. I'm going to casually ignore that area, despite what I said before, and I'm going to head up here. At risk of irritating Cleopatra, I'm hoping we can build a city here and then build a second city on that island. Okay, Emily Dickinson. Success is counted sweetest. That's good. Bringing in the tourists. Right, Miletos. So you've just built a settler, haven't you? There are a few hill adjacent to a mountain. We do need some spies soon as well. But I do wonder about some of these wonders. Patala Palace, hill adjacent to a mountain. So apparently we have a few of those. I'm quite lucky in that regard. So let's build it there. So I'm going to have them setting off on a wonder. It's not one I would necessarily normally have gone for, but it does provide culture. And I imagine it will provide tourism, as I would think almost any wonder would. So we'll just have them building it in the background. Alright, Lisbon. That's fine. It's not actually aggressive for her to spread Buddhism to city-states. Although I'm certainly going to try to retaliate, because it does look like she's gearing up for some kind of religious attack. Pleased to see the barbarians are giving her a hard time. Ooh! Mixes. Can we declare friendship? Brilliant. Always pleased that we've been keeping the peace. Excellent. Well, that's good. An alliance with Harold. We can. Might try one of those with Gandhi soon as well. Maybe we can ally everybody. We have another great artist. Excellent. Angelica Kaufman, is there any way you can actually go? Alright, I think they're building an art museum, so if you head over to Sparta. A place where they could grow Brazil, for instance. Really? I think that's debatable, as the most cultured civilization on Earth. I would like to build some more city walls before they become completely redundant. Okay, we're now allied with 3 of the 5 possible civilizations. That's good. Keep things friendly with everyone. You're just going to have to sleep for now. Let's try and take the ship through there. Looks like it's still doable. Not really a ship, to be fair. I'm just sort of moving it around. Cleopatra still likes us. No longer surprised at that. I'm more amazed that Harold seems to like us. Ah, brilliant. Democracy. Here we go. Okay. Right. We want democracy because it has more policy slots for us, basically. So it's literally just a gain. Right, so we could actually get back that whole thing. Yeah, I mean, they're great, but did we not have one that was a plus for the Acropolis? Sure we did. Unless that's somehow gone now. Campus district, right, so we want theatre district, don't we? Commercial. Industrials there. Oh, there we go. Plus 100% theatre square district adjacency bonuses. There we go. And we've got another diplomatic option. Plus 2. Alright, there's a few of these. Plus 2 food, plus 2 production for both cities. Plus 2 science, culture, faith and gold from each city-state you are suzerain of. I mean, that's quite tempting. Because we're trying to be suzerain of everyone anyway. Computers advanced. Brilliant. Good to know. Right, we're definitely not about to kill a unit with a knife. Let's go with that one first. Okay. Research labs we could make. Stock exchange is going to take a while. Class struggle. Don't really care about getting communism. Free military academies, unlikely to happen. Professional sports, in fact most of these are unlikely to happen, so which will be most useful to us? Well, there's a few more wonders we can build with professional sports, potentially. Additional spy might be worthwhile. Points per turn. Honestly, it's pretty questionable which of these are useful. I might go for professional sports on the grounds that the wonders might come in handy. We've got a second great musician and still got nowhere to put their stuff. So let's send you down to Argos. You're just going to have to sit there and wait, Chopin. Very sorry. But your music will be heard. Take a boost. Cool. Just sleep for now. Unfortunately, the buildings are taking a rather long time. So we're nearly to the point where we can start making buildings, but we need an armory first, just to take the load off Ephesus a bit. And nearly at the point where we can start building field cannons. Also almost got another art museum, although we're probably going to have to put all of Angelica Kaufmann's art in that one museum, unfortunately. But can't be helped. Let's start. So we have a portrait. Okay. Might as well make all of these and then check where we're up to. Oh, of course, you need to build something else, don't you? Well, can we start looking towards things like entertainment complexes? Mind you, there are advantages to things like ancient walls as well in terms of tourism, so maybe we should build some of them. I do wonder actually if it might be worth moving an artwork across here now, simply because I think there's a time limit before you can start moving them. So I might just check that in the Great Works, if we have any other portraits. Oh, brilliant! So we've made the Bolshoi Theatre in Athens. So we might start work on the Hermitage if we've got anywhere to build it. There we go! Capitalism. Not too concerned about that. Well, there it is. Got the Bolshoi Theatre. I've got an option for a research lab, but I think the Hermitage should come first. So we don't necessarily want it right next to the Bolshoi Theatre. How about here? That's just food. Okay, I just want to check our great works. Do we have any other portraits? So that's religious, that's a sculpture, that's a sculpture. Landscape, landscape, landscape. No, we don't. Okay. We've got another portrait. Seem to be getting lots of different types. Right, not particularly concerned about any of that. I think we're just going to have to keep building art museum after art museum and getting great artist after great artist until we can actually start theming these things. When it would appear there's quite a few types of artwork. And another portrait. There we go. So we've got 3 portraits from her, 3 landscapes from him, and 2 sculptures and a religious from Michelangelo. Right. Brilliant. You're not making this easy. Okay, well they're nearly there, so maybe I'll send the boats by just to make them feel more secure in their new land. This is likely to upset Cleopatra, so we'll probably make a promise to her, which will hopefully run out before our settler goes up there. But we'll see. Might want to make one final settler after this one. At least I thought we were building a settler, maybe we're not. There we go, you can just guard the area. So we're going to want a monument before anything else. Although a builder wouldn't come amiss either. Definitely need more builders. Military science. So we have a boost towards rifling. Well worth doing then. Don't think we do have a settler on the way. Whether we do or not, we need at least one more. I mean, we need two more. She wants niter and she will pay handsomely for it. Not that handsomely, to be fair. No, you're not an ally. I don't want to be mean. And normally you are an ally in a lot of your games, so... normally inclined to favour you a little, but stick to the policy. Military technologies are for allies only. That actually means Harold could have some there. Okay, professional sports. Well, I'm definitely never going to get 3 military academies because I only have 2 campuses. Not really about to build any additional ones, although I'm certainly going to build a first one. So you are going to be needed in Miletos again. How are we doing with faith? We do have room for another apostle. I'm just thinking, one of these apostles isn't a debater. I wish I knew which one. That's health, abilities, even without open borders they can, well that's just a standard ability though, isn't it? Actually, to be fair, I think we need a brand new apostle anyway to evangelize a belief. So religious strength is 110, religious strength is 110. Why? Oh, I see, debater, so they're a debater. They've got 1 spread, so they're brilliant, they're exactly what we need. These people can spread religion 2 extra times. Well, let's see what promotion we get for the new one, because it might be even less useful. Okay, one of our policies has died, probably replaced with something equivalent, sports media. So we've still got plus 100% theatre square district bonuses, but we also gain more from stadiums. So brilliant. We will go with that. That will help us. Okay, so this is our ship. I think I might just send you back to harbour. Not that we have a harbour, but... Okay, he wants lament for Ying. That's never happening. I don't really need coal. I think you're kind of overestimating its importance. I'm not saying I don't need it, but I might even have it somewhere if I look closely enough. Can't seem to see it, to be fair. Okay, so what promotions do we have? Yeah, you see, I don't think any of these are that important. So I'm going to get them to evangelise a new belief. This is something we haven't done yet, but it adds bonuses to your religion. And there may be some which are cultural in nature, so we really should do them. We start with 2 beliefs. We could basically do with having four. You can have a maximum of 4. So we need to spend 2 apostles to evangelise 2 more beliefs, basically. Let's go. Okay, that's not very useful to us. Also not useful. Religion spreads to cities 30% away. Could be useful. Religious spread from adjacent city pressure is 25% stronger. That is useful for spreading religion around. I didn't know that was still an option. Mosques are good for faith. What's good for culture? Cathedrals gives us an extra slot for religious art. So that could be useful. I don't know how that would work with theming. Exactly. To be honest though, I'm actually thinking none of these directly affect culture, so I might go for this one. Because this allows us to spread religion faster. And also it's boosted by printing, which I believe we now have. So it might give us a better chance of fighting back against Cleopatra, or even making headway on Cleopatra, without even having to fight her. So probably worth having. I was expecting something that had more direct implications for culture, to be honest. Might go for the cathedral one as well. Oh, I see, they're going for Stockholm. Hopefully our religious pressure will help with that. Make it harder for her to keep those cities. Might just check that she hasn't done anything. Yeah, there's no option to ask for a promise. Okay. Could we make a deal? Do you have any luxuries that she might want? If I offer her this... She gets tobacco, we get a little bit of money. I don't think we've got our money back yet. No, we're still giving a lot to Pedro. 11 more turns. Okay, we need to keep an eye on that. It's gone up slightly just then though. Scientist. That's good that Norway is making friends with Egypt. Okay, well we're not about to build a coal mine or an ironclad, so that's a good option. We could still build the others, although I'm not making any headway on it, so possibly not. But let's get steel. Right, Sparta. I think you are a good option to build. Just check Acropolis buildings. None of those. So you are a good option to build a new settler, I think. Because we are going to need another one. In fact, Cleopatra hasn't actually complained about us settling there, so we could probably go straight for this, and then maybe do a last settler to fill out this area. And we'll leave it there. You stay alert. So I think that's similar to sleeping, except they should wake up if an enemy unit comes anywhere nearby, so people won't be able to get the drop on them. Here's a better option. Yep, spreading more Buddhism, I see. It will at least be costing her faith to make all these missionaries. And it's still not the end of the world as long as she doesn't start doing our cities. I mean, really, it isn't the end of the world as long as she doesn't get Athens, because we can still produce apostles. It's really just Athens we need to defend, and hopefully Mycenae, once this holy site is up to scratch. Still mildly annoying though, because I quite like having heralds with my religion. So might be worth us coming up with a missionary and sending them to Stockholm possibly. I have a feeling Lisbon's probably going to switch back anyway. I don't want a totalitarian government, thank you. Well, we've actually got enough for another apostle. Yeah, I've let the faith get a bit high actually, haven't I? Make an apostle. Can we also make a missionary? We can. Okay. That'll do it. Right. Technology versus nuclear program. Not about to build a research lab either, unfortunately. Don't want totalitarianism. Apparently we've got a new diplomatic option. Gunboat diplomacy. Open borders with all city-states and +4 influence points per turn toward earning envoys. Yes, I would love that. Even though gunboat diplomacy sounds pretty unpleasant. We do want to be suzerain of as many people as possible. Where are you going? Part of me kind of wonders if I ought to be intercepting them. Might be a nice easy way to reduce Buddhism, especially if we can kill them anywhere near Stockholm. Okay, there's an apostle. Oh no, this is a missionary, so I want you to head to Stockholm. See, Lisbon's going to convert anyway. But let's give Stockholm a little bit of a boost. See what promotion you have. Translator, pilgrim, chaplain, or you can have pilgrim, but I think I'm going to just get you to evangelise a new belief. Yeah, because this is starting to get a bit annoying. New envoys. Right, I think we did Kumasi, so let's just do Lisbon and Stockholm to stay suzerain of them. We've got another one, so let's do Kabul. So we're now suzerain of 4 city-states regularly. Which is good. Right, evangelise beliefs, so this will be our last one. So cathedral's probably our best bet because it gives us room for art, even though mosques is good for religion. Yeah, stupa is amenity. Yeah, 1 slot for religious art. I don't really know how that's going to work with theming. Does it count as themed? But we will probably put religious art in the cathedrals. We'll only have 2 anyway. Where's my apostle? Why have they not moved? Must not have accepted the command. That's annoying. Right, well, let's try that again. Because if we can take you down there, that should have quite an effect. And I'm going to just take a risk and move my missionaries down to Tromsø. Because I think that will probably deal with Stockholm. Oh, not quite. Still, they're very close now. Converts in 100. Okay, not very close. But if we can get Tromsø, they will be surrounded. So worth doing. As just feel like we should fight back a little bit because Cleopatra's determinedly taking all the areas around us. You cannot have silk texts. However, I'm okay with a research agreement and I don't mind paying for it. Okay, so we need to heal this apostle. They are slightly damaged. So let's not take any risks. Petra is an option. I do wonder if it might be better for Sparta, really. It's also Broadway. So we made an archaeologist, haven't we? That's what we've actually done. Let's do some ancient walls because they will contribute a little. Oh, brilliant! Holy site's finished, so we build a shrine. Okay, we now have an archaeologist. So, okay, so the archaeologist should probably go into this more next time because we've pretty much time up, but we've got a bunch of places where we can make archaeological finds, and rather like the art, we want things similar but different. So we want something from the same era in our museum, but from different civilizations. So we should try to visit different civilizations where we can. It will annoy them. So we're going to have to remember where we've gained archaeological works from. It's a bit unfortunate because we're going to have two archaeologists at the same time. To be fair, they're mostly going to be upset about us digging in their lands rather than it being their works. So we might as well get our own lands first, to be fair. It'll save us from having to remember. Okay, we've got enough to purchase a missionary, that's fine, but at the moment I would rather hold out for apostles, because missionaries can't defend our cities, they can't attack, basically. So if a bunch of missionaries come in to convert Athens, we need apostles really to fight them. Inquisitors are another option. We'd have to sacrifice an apostle to declare an inquisition, but they're probably a good option because they are rather cheaper. Yeah, hopefully these two are much closer to going back to Athenism now. Lisbon's reconverted, possibly because of that fight, but also the religious pressure aided by that evangelized belief and the fact that we now have a printing press technology that will have done no harm. Right, so we're literally on there, we just excavate an artifact. We sometimes get a choice as to what kind we want, but we've just gained a boost towards combustion, which is good. So we've got a choice between us and barbarians, so I would go for barbarians because Pericles, we're probably always going to get that option within our land. So this is a classical artifact from a classical era. Automatically gets displayed in the archaeological museum of the city that made the archaeologist. So we will have to move these around, but ideally we'd like two more from a classical era, but from different civilizations. Barbarian counts as a civilization in this case. So yeah, we'll probably pursue that more next time, because we'll hopefully get a second archaeologist, and this one I'll have to keep going around. But we should be able to get another one in our lands, because we can get a Pericles artifact next. So that should be good. We can avoid upsetting people too much, but mostly we just need them from lots of different areas, so we're going to be looking at other countries, but they will start getting annoyed at us, and we'll have to promise to stop. We don't have to, but we probably will, because the promise will probably wear out by the time we make a new archaeologist, as long as we just keep these two. Which shouldn't be a problem, because they'll only do 6 artifacts between them. Plenty of civilizations on the board. So it should be fine, but I better leave it there. So yeah, quite happy with how that's gone. I'm pleased we've got another holy site. No one's done a big determined religious thing yet. We fought back against Cleopatra a little in terms of religion, but it's not something serious. We didn't get into any trouble with her for settling here, so I'm hoping we will build another settler in time to settle here as well. Desperately need builders, but otherwise I think things are going pretty well. We also need way more art museums, archaeological museums as well, but art museums particularly, because we really need great artists, and we need to try and get some theming done, which we've made no real progress on. And we built our first wonder. The Bolshoi Theatre is happily sitting there in the boundaries of Athens, so everyone can come and enjoy the ballet. But yeah, brilliant. So we're diversifying a bit. We don't have enough science. We have pretty much no commercial stuff and no entertainment centres, which is a bigger problem. So, and hopefully we will soon finish that deal with Pedro, 2 more turns, so we can start building lots of money. And we might even then be able to start buying some more buildings, which would be great. So I hope we can make some progress. Just briefly check the culture. Way ahead, as one would expect. That's fine. No one's done anything exciting on science. Nothing changed with religion. So looking good. Still got the highest score, although these 2 are catching up. In fact, these 3 are catching up, so we do need to watch that a little, but I think we'll be fine. So yeah, I'll leave it there, and see you next time. Thank you for watching.